Hello everyone, Rurikhan here, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about SWTOR. I have not been talking about SWTOR a whole lot. I did the review and that was pretty much that. And I'd like to explain to you guys what's been happening with SWTOR. Have I been playing it? Have I not been playing it? As a matter of fact, I've been even, to my own taste, focusing a little bit too much on Dark Souls, although I do understand that is what a lot of you guys want to see. But like I've said a whole bunch of times, I do not want to be labeled as a Dark Souls director, and I'm not going to allow that to happen. So in the background you can see footage of the current character that I'm leveling. It seems that I played a little bit of the indecisive role when it came to SWTOR. Usually I can just pick one character and level it up, but it seems that for SWTOR I had a little bit of a trouble finding my niche. But once again, it all came down to tanking. I mean, I should have been used to it by now because I am a tank by nature. I'm like, whenever I play a game, I have to be melee. I can very rarely play a game where I'm playing ranged. I mean, that's probably the reason why I don't do so good in FPS. But anyways, what's been going down with SWTOR? So, since the last videos that I've made about SWTOR in this channel, I believe, I mean, apart from the review, there were like 3 videos that I did about a Jedi Consular that I was working on. I was enjoying the Jedi Consular. He was a healer and he was in a PvP server. I was having a lot of fun with that, but I kind of got bored of the healing role, and I also got bored with that particular server or whatever. There was a whole bunch of reasons. But eventually I leveled out a Scoundrel. Like I've mentioned in a couple of videos, I believe I was leveling a Scoundrel DPS. I've even made a guide for it. There's a guide somewhere on my website for the Scoundrel DPS. But even the Scoundrel DPS, it's like, it's not a tank, and I still felt the need to have a tank. So then I tried playing around with a Jedi Guardian for a little while, and I was like, oh my god, I hate the animations on the Jedi Guardian. You guys are like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, I don't like the way he runs, the way he holds the saber right in front of his face as he runs. Because, I mean, imagine if the guy falls down. He's going to shove a lightsaber through his face. I don't like it. So that kind of threw me off from the Guardian. I was like, eh. Then I was like, wait a second. So Shadows or Sith Assassins can tank as well. Okay, I'm going to level one of those. So I started a new Counselor because the other Counselor was already a Sage. So I started a new Counselor, also unfortunately on a PvE server. That's another thing that seems to throw me off, which is I don't like playing in PvE servers, but apparently every single person that I know and I play with or whatever is always playing on PvE servers when I'm playing MMOs for some reason. But I can tell you this straight up, if there's gonna be like realm types in Guild Wars 2, I don't care who the fuck you are, I'm getting on a PvP server. I don't care. Because it gets tiring sometimes when you're trying to play with your friends or trying to play with people you know, and they all want to like, oh, I'm the fucking Care Bear and shit. And it turns out that I'm not even playing with anyone recently in SWTOR. I'm mostly playing by myself. So if, like character transfer comes around, who knows? Maybe I'll even transfer this character to a PvP server. The reason is there's a lot more adrenaline in PvP servers. But anyways, I'm going completely off topic. The footage you guys are watching in the background, I still haven't mentioned it, but it is from a character mission called The Fortitude, which is a recent mission that I did with my Sage. Sage. Why do I still call it a Sage? It's a Shadow. A recent mission that I did with my Shadow, and I just thought it would be adequate background footage so that I could discuss the SWTOR situation. I mean, just look at that. The animations on the Shadow. I think the animations on the Shadow are really sweet. Plus he has the double-bladed lightsaber. And since he can tank as well, I just thought, like, this is definitely the character for me. Regarding armors, personally, the armor he's currently wearing is my favorite armor for a Jedi so far. It's got, like, the hooded robe, and to me, that's, like, the best thing you can get for a Jedi. In all honesty, the best-looking armor. Although that's currently not what I'm using because I had a level 37 blue or something that someone gave me and whatever. But basically, this is the character that I'm leveling up right now, the Shadow Tank. And the reason why I haven't been doing a whole lot of content is because I really want to get to level 50. And in between me recording Dark Souls, Kingdoms of Amalur, editing, doing all that stuff, managing TGN Portugal, a lot of stuff that I've been doing, still haven't had a lot of time for SWTOR. So whenever I have an interval, I'm basically leveling and not really making videos about it. Which is kind of the reason why you guys haven't seen a whole lot of SWTOR content. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get to level 50 or as high as possible so that I can record heroic instances or something, because as I'm leveling now, I'm actually coming up on a problem, which is since this game doesn't have a dungeon finder tool, hence the phrase that I've tweeted a while ago, too cool for a dungeon finder tool, it's like it's a pain in the ass to get a group for an instance. I don't know if it's just my server or if the game is no longer as popular as it was when it came out. But basically at this point in time, I've tried getting parties for every single instance because I wanted to make a video for every single instance with me tanking. And I've been able to run one instance, which was the Hammer Station. And that was it. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'll come in at what I consider to be peak hours, which would be 8 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. PST, and I'll just go and I'll announce group for like 5 seconds. Tank looking for group for this, tank looking for group for Katamimu, Mandalorian Raiders. Couldn't get a group for any of these instances. And that's the reason why I haven't made a whole lot of videos, because what I want to do is I want to do tanking guides for you guys, but I can't even do the instances more than once. How am I supposed to give you guides on how to do these instances? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, yeah, I mean, that's basically what's been happening with SWTOR. So as you can see here, I'm doing one of my class quests. This is one of those actual progression quests where I'm trying to save a group of, what were they again? There were a group of individual planets that basically wanted to get out of Republic control, and they were attacked by the Empire. Oh, imagine that, the Empire doing bad things. Oh, so much novelty in that. So yeah, taking out all these Sith guys over here and Imperials. And yeah, I have Tera and Sadrax, and that's basically the way I've been playing. I'm doing a tanking build. I'm not going to go into a lot of details regarding the build itself, but it is pretty much a full-on tanking build, damage reduction. All of the stuff that I got on my character is all about that damage reduction, the threat generation, all that stuff. And I was actually surprised that this class could tank, because I mean, it has a stealth. I don't think I've ever seen an MMO. I mean, I might be wrong, because then again, I haven't played all the MMOs in the market, not even close to that. But I was surprised to see an MMO where a tank can actually stealth. Not a lot of MMOs have that. So yeah, it was pretty cool, pretty sweet. And now I'm taking out a Sith Marauder, just because I can. So regarding SWTOR, I'm still having fun with it. It is a really fun RPG. A lot of you guys might know by now that I've tweeted a couple of days back that last weekend I actually played Tera. And I'm sure that a lot of you guys are waiting to hear my opinions on that. I'm actually planning on making a separate video for that on my main channel, because I don't think it would be right for me to give the opinion that I'm going to give on a TGN branded channel, so to speak, which is why I want to keep it more personal, so as not to damage the relationships between TGN and Tera. But in my opinion, SWTOR is still more fun than Tera. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying something like this. And I do have footage in my hard drive, not a whole lot of it, because a lot of the footage from Tera, let's say, if I recorded all the time that I've played of Tera last weekend, there wouldn't be a whole lot to comment on, because it's just me quest grinding. Because I basically wanted to get as high level as possible so that I could do the secret base instance. And I'm actually working on a video for that, where I will cover the first instance in the beta. I'm actually just waiting for Chromar to send me his point of view so that I can edit both points of view together, and that will most likely be uploaded to TGN Tera or something. But I'll be sure to announce it on my channel, and it's going to be on my website, of course, as always. All the videos that I produce, always on my website. Also, something else that I want to work on is to allow, well, not really allow, is to basically develop like a tanking rotation for single target tanking, AoE tanking, and basically a tanking guide is something that I really want to work on. The problem is, being level, is it what, 38? No, it's 36 there, but I think I'm actually 37 now. Being level 37, I still don't have access to the main abilities, I don't have access to the main talents. So I can't really do the same thing that I did for the Jedi Sage Healer or the Scrapper, because at those points with those characters I already had most of the abilities I needed, but not with the tank, definitely not. And then there's also the other fact, which is I still don't have a lot of practice tanking, because again, I can't find people to go to these instances with. I just can't find them. So this definitely proves one thing: no game is too cool for a dungeon finder tool. Honestly, no MMO should just come out at this point without a dungeon finder, because people don't want to sit around in the Republic fleet in the looking for group tool, or just typing in general chat, oh, looking for group for this, that, and the other. No, people want to click a button and then go quest. That's what people want to do. That's what I want to do. The same way that you queue up for war zones, people want to be able to queue up for flashpoints. So honestly, BioWare, get on it. Give us the dungeon finder, because personally I can't find people to do dungeons with, and it's definitely a problem. You guys might be saying, oh, that's just you because you don't play in a guild, you don't do this, you don't do that. Well, I have to play several games. I mean, I have to play Dark Souls, I have to play Kingdoms of Amalur. I also want to start playing Mass Effect 2. There's a lot of games that I want to play, and I can't devote my whole life to one game anymore. Like, I'm sure if I wanted to just play SWTOR, just like I played World of Warcraft, sure, I could go ahead and I could find a guild, and I could find groups, and I could find all that stuff. The thing is, I don't have that amount of time to dedicate. So, yeah. SWTOR is definitely in the works. It's a project in the works. As soon as I can get to level 50, I'll sure be spitting out videos telling people how to AoE tank, how to single target tank, how to do all of that tanking stuff with shadow tanking. And hopefully I'll be able to pump out a couple of heroics as well. Heroic flashpoints, and even the higher level flashpoints in normal if needed be. And I also have a series that I want to work on, which is kind of like, if you guys remember WoW Hobbs, well, what I'm talking about, you guys remember WoW Hobbs. WoW Hobbs is like 100 times more famous than me. But if you guys know WoW Hobbs, I also wanted to do videos of me like solo pulling a whole bunch of mobs from lower level instances, kind of like what he did, the Hobbs way of pulling. And I wanted to do that kind of stuff with the Shadow as well, and I think it would be fun for those of you who did not purchase SWTOR and are curious what instances are like and all that kind of stuff. I could show everyone all of the Republic flashpoints with this character. I've actually tried it out in the Fist, and it was a lot of fun just gathering up like 50 mobs and just killing them all. So it was definitely fun, and it's definitely another thing that I want to do with SWTOR. But I don't know, leave me your suggestions if there's anything in specific that you guys want to see from my Shadow character. Because I mean, it's not like I can just comment over story missions, because I don't think that's really the point. Oh, by the way, that's Nadia Grell. That's one of my future companions.
I'm sorry, Father.
But it's like, it's not something I want to do. To just comment over story missions, because I think that the story is something that you guys should experience for yourselves. I wanted to do more guides type stuff for SWTOR. But anyways, for all you SWTOR guys out there that want to see more SWTOR stuff from me, feel free to leave your feedback in this video. Hopefully in my website would be better, because I can then read it in the Rurikhan show or something like that. But yeah. Working on my Shadow. That's what I've been up to. Hope you guys are doing fine, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And sorry that I had to pop a mint. My throat is acting up, so yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, also let me know, obviously, how are you guys enjoying the Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning series that has just started on the channel. Definitely looking forward to do more of that game. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I want to hear what she has to say.